While so many people, every day we're reading now 500 deaths, then 600 deaths, then 1,000 deaths. That's a story behind every statistic.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Right? I had time to grieve for Denise. I held her hand as she died. Condition now that's going around, you can't even be with your loved one.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Right? Now that, you as a big strong man, me as an adult grown strong woman, I'm processing that, you're processing it. How are our children doing it?
Yeah.
Some of them will act up, some of them will pay no attention, but some of them are going to be, they'll seek relief in other ways.
Yeah.
That is something that long term we need to look at as a society. How are we going to do it? I'll always come back to my usual little framework.
Yeah.
Put it under little easy framework, hahalala. And then we'll have to work within that. But that's all we're going to have. That's what we are going to have to do, Chooks. We're going to have to only focus on what matters, right? You need your health, and you need to have the possibility of cultivating good health. And so many people haven't got that. So we have to always be striving, right? And mental health is such a huge part of that. And the nasty things that people have got used to saying to each other, the way people speak online, it's not good for your mind. Do you know what I mean? And the way the politicians have been absolutely either, slewed at times, so people come to really despise them, or they themselves have behaved in ways that people are feeling slighted. There's so much division, and the only thing that everybody wants is to be healthy, to be happy, to be loved, and to laugh. I guarantee you that. Even the most crusty person that you can't imagine never wants to have a laugh, and I have met people like that, can make them smile if you mean it, if there is a human connection.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But we are way beyond that at this point for a lot of people, because we spent 3 years as a country falling. I mean, Brexit doesn't even feel important now.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
It is mad. But at the moment, the thing is, survive and stay sane. That's as far as we're getting. Behind the scenes, all kinds of other things are going on. But at the moment, survive. Don't catch this thing. If you catch it, survive it. Stay sane. Don't lose it at home when you're staying in state. Don't lose it out of panic and fear. Don't lose it. And if you do lose it, make sure you've got people to help you find it again. Because people will lose it, but it's also about not demonising people. Not coping and saying, oh, you've got all this extra time, you must learn a new skill and you should do yoga. And you go online and all these people are going, work from home, I'm on Zoom. And you just go, great. And it works. There's also a need for human connection and reflection.
Fair. Very fair. I think that's another profound one there for me. I think because I'm guilty of sharing that meme of like, oh, if you come out of this lockdown and you haven't got a new skill or haven't done this, that, or the other, you didn't have, what was it? You didn't not have time. You just didn't have discipline or some judgmental statement. Do you know what I mean?
People judgment going out there, Jokes.
Yeah, it's fair. It's true.
Really, we should just do a meme that just goes, "You're a flop."
Yeah, really. Yeah, that's really what's being said.
Flop.
And you're not even taking into consideration, like you said, you might literally just have fucking 4 kids sitting in your house, sitting down.
4 children sitting.
Too angry at the world for stealing their 15th and 16th year of school or whatever it is. You got 2 kids that don't even know what's going on.
With your no money because you lost your job.
With no money. Yeah, it's crazy.
The rent man knocking, saying, well, if you can't pay in cash, you can pay in kind. Is it? Can
you imagine?
Yes, I can. And then people, because you want to go and walk in the park.
Craziness. Yeah, you're not even allowed to go for a walk and say, you know what, let me clear my head before I kill this man.
But even if that was fair, right? So in Haringey, people are getting stopped.
Yeah.
But down in Richmond, people are not getting stopped even when they're flocking along the River Thames, right? Yeah. Not apart, right? Yeah. Who stops who? It's a really interesting time because we have to take responsibility. We have to self-govern. We have to decide not to. I would love to go out. I would love to go out there, breathing everywhere, you know, touch things. I want to do that. I feel. Right?
Yeah.
On another hand, I don't want to go out there. I'm fully shook. I go out there, I'm wrapping my face. I'm like, oh, God.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Where
Does
this stop? The nurses and the doctors are going in. The supermarket people are going in. All the people are going in without protection. So what are we all doing? All hand sanitising and spraying down the groceries and, do you know what I mean? Getting all chapped hands because everyone bought Dettol but nobody bought hand cream. You know that?
This is so true. So true. My hands are hammered right now.
Even that, right? Even the hand washing. People are going to two camps. Some people are going, oh my God, I've never washed my hands so much. They're dry and cracked. Other people are going, you see how you're nasty? Is this new to you? Yeah, so it's an interesting time, Chucks. You know, nobody will come out of this the same.
Yeah. That's a very, very fair point. And I also think that lovely little segue into your platform and your concept of not just how to deal with this situation, just how to generally, just from my understanding anyway, of how to generally deal with society's stresses and struggles and the mental health and the things that we as people go through in order to kind of navigate life as it is. But how would you describe your concept, your platform, Hahalala? What was the reason for its creation?
Okay, so in a nutshell,
Yeah.
I got very sick.
Right.
I was 35.
Right.
Head teacher, thinking I was very, very much, you know, in charge of my life and blah. Overnight, bam, I got the news. I had a brain scan, and I was told that I had this disease that would leave me really, really disabled, and there was no cure, and so on. Right.
Right.
I ended up.
What disease is that?
Multiple sclerosis.
Multiple sclerosis, yeah.
Multiple sclerosis. Now, I'd never been ill. You know, when I got taken ill, when I started to feel unwell, the night I was feeling unwell, I was in the casino. You know what I mean? I was living my life. On Monday, I was in a hospital having a brain scan, and by the Wednesday, they're saying you've got MS. There's no cure. We can give you steroids. Now, in that one moment,
right?
No thanks. I don't want a beard because I was really, really vain, and I thought, no. Apologies and respect. Yeah, I'm not. It's no thing about the validity of steroids. Just who I was at that time. I don't take the risk. I'll do it myself because I was furious. Do you know what I mean? I was fuming. How you telling me I've got a disease that's going to leave me all broken, you've got no cure, and oh my God. You know what I mean? I felt in myself I was too cool to draw. Well, that was a little bit humbling because sometime later I did end up all of it, yeah. So I had a complete, in a nutshell, and we can talk about it another time if you're interested, but I had a complete physical and emotional, and I would say mental breakdown, right? So my whole body was broken. Like, it didn't work. Like the only way I can describe it is if you blew all of the electrics in a house. Yeah, like you had just a massive voltage. Done. Yeah. And after that, you've got to start rewiring it, haven't you? Yeah. You can either get an electrician in who knows what they're doing, or you can do it yourself. Which is eventually what I did, like fixing various parts of myself. But one day, I think about 3 years after being incredibly ill and all the things that went on, I sat at the kitchen table and realised that I was feeling healthy, which I hadn't done for a while, and I was happy, and I felt loved, and I was laughing, and I just was writing it down because the thing that had happened when I first got sick was I lost my ability to speak. Wow. So my speech, because neurologically the nerves weren't covered, so there was misfiring going on. You know, I couldn't walk, I couldn't talk, my arm was all cropped up like this for many months. Yeah, it was mad. I thought you knew this. Yeah. So because I've been living a fast, hard life, Jooks. Do you know what I mean? When you make certain decisions in your life, it's only afterwards you think, oh, that might have been a bit of a daft thing to do, right? Yeah. I was living way too fast, under too much stress, and boosting it up artificially. And one of those artificials, a lot of Red Bull. Like, a lot of Red Bull. Not even, I don't know, maybe it feels like it was a lot. Maybe I'm in the category now. Maybe people don't think it's a lot. But I had all these things overstimulating my system. I was working in an incredibly stressful environment and had been for a long time. But I hadn't paid attention. So when it blew, it was a real shock. I was like, oh, God. So I had this experience. And then 3 years after being really ill, slowly getting a bit better, still no steroids. I sat there and I wrote it down and I thought, oh my gosh, and I wrote it down, hahalala. In fact, I didn't start it like that. It started with hahalala, right? Denise came through the door and said, what do you think of hahalala? I just got in the door, you mad bastard. I went, yeah, doesn't sound right, does it? And I put the A on the end, the O, and then it became hahalala. And then, from there, I realised that is all that mattered. Yeah. It really was. Like, I had, you know, I'd been a head teacher, I'd been on first class holidays, I'd had big adventures, I had all the clothes, I had all the kit, I had the house, I had the car, I had all of those things. This world map up there, I've travelled around this world, you know. But when I got sick, none of that mattered. None of it mattered. What mattered was, could I make it down the stairs that day? If I did go downstairs, would I make it back up the stairs that day? Yeah. So it was from that literal, like when this lockdown came, I'm not that unaccustomed because when I first got ill, I couldn't come out of the house. I was here. And in fact, it was your friend who was here who used to carry me from upstairs to downstairs and leave me on the sofa in the morning. Oh, wow. Yeah. And it was he who first took my arm. And because, you know, I live in Wood Green, I'm all around Wood Green. I used to look from my window, I can see the shopping centre. It's only 150 feet away, I think. Sit there for weeks, Chooks, and look out the window and think, how does anyone walk that far? I thought I'd never get out of here. Wow. Like, properly. So he was the first one. He took my arm and I shuffled along. No way. Shuffled a bit. Yeah, it still moves my heart. Still moves my heart because, you know, when you, I mean, I used to stride around school, I had these big biker boots, I was all over the place, and then suddenly, I could not move or speak. And when I couldn't speak, I had to write, so I ended up writing, and that's how I ended up in a circuitous way. Hahalala. And then I sort of thought, well, if everyone were to just grow their own, yeah, if we focused on, you know, if I'd have paid attention, I wouldn't have been doing the things I was doing. If I'd have paid attention, I wouldn't have been. And I wouldn't have behaved in some of the ways that I did, which came from actually a feeling of discomfort, stress or tension, anxiety, all those things that we do and become snappy and become whatever, do you know what I mean? And, you know, that health, you cannot, I mean, even I'm sitting here now and I am healthy, don't really work very well, you know. What doesn't work very well? My legs, they don't work. Okay. They don't work like they used to. Wow. They'll do all right if I do a little bit and I have a stick and, you know, but I'm not going anywhere anytime easily. Yeah. And but what they told me 16 years ago was that I wouldn't even be here. Wow. Perspectives, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Some days I can do more than others, but for every day that you're here, gratitude, man. Gratitude. Yeah, so that's what hahalala is. It's a mood. It's a mind. You know, I've got hahalala mindset. Right, doing this is a beautiful thing. Yeah, very challenging. Right, if I was sitting, it doesn't matter what I do now. I've always got that thing of it's a hahalala mindset. And when I am grumpy and I am unhappy and I am depressed, it's not, oh, you have to be happy all the time. It's just recognizing that it will pass. What will help? You know, if I'm depressed, will it help me to eat food that's going to make me feel really well? Will it help me if I eat a chocolate Easter egg? For me personally, chocolate won't help. Somebody else it will. Do you know what I mean? You've got to for yourself. It's not about judging and going, oh, there's a magic way to live this life. It's not. Just yourself, isn't it? Trust your body. Trust yourself. Because what I did realise, Jooks, The only person going to be with you a whole life, from when you're born, from when you're dead, is you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? You're the one here. I can say anything to you. You can say anything to me, but the real truth of in here is only in you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
In the silence. That only comes in times of reflection. That only comes with being conscious. But if you're running around and think who you are is the jeans that you wear and the shoes that you're rocking, and you know how much you've got here and what your Insta likes are, and
Mm-hmm.
do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's got space and time and validity. But if you don't pay attention to your health and then boom, it's gone, as we're finding out now, what else matters? Does anyone care about your clothes at the moment? Not really. At the moment, I want to know if you've got corona.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't care about your prep. I don't care about whether you've got corona.
Yeah.
You know, it's that. You know, the thing about happiness, it's a big philosophical question. What is happiness? My happiness, what makes me happy? Sitting in my room, I don't know, sitting and looking out the window, to somebody else might feel like prison.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? But what might make somebody else happy might not feel that, but it's about your consciousness. Because if you're in a state of hahalala, you're going to be more pleasant to be around. With other people. That's what it comes down to, right? Bottom line, that's what it comes down to. So often when people say to me, how come you do all these work with boys? I go, look, boys mix with girls, isn't it? So you want them to be fit for purpose. And that's what applies for all of us. You know, we're all mixing together.
Mm.
Make yourself fit for purpose. Be part of the mix. Be a nice ingredient. Don't poison up the soup. You'll stink out in a nasty way. Do you know what I mean?
That's powerful.
Yeah, it is. Because we're all, you know, there was a song by a group called, what are they called? The song was called Melting Pot, right?
Right.
Look it up if you get a chance. And it was, the opening lines are, take a pinch of white man, wrap him up in black skin, add a touch of blue blood, and a little bit of red Indian. You know what I mean? And it is, like, mix it all up. We're all doing the same thing here. And right now, more than any other time, we're trying to do the same thing. Corona.
Yeah.
In whatever form, do you know what I mean? Even if it's not directly in you, somewhere globalization means you're going to be affected.
Yeah. 6 degrees of separation, whether that's true or not, that's facts.
That's all it is. So the thing that I have found consistently and constantly for, it must be 14 years now, thousands of people go, but you want to be hahalala, innit? They go, yeah. So there you go. Let's all join that. Let's all be ambassadors for being healthy. Let's actually consciously seek happiness by being pleasant. You know, you don't need to cuss yourselves, cuss each other, cuss children. Children need to have some manners. Do you know what I mean? It's like we've all got ways to grow more of who the truth of ourselves is. And most of us, do you know what I mean? We're all right. But we've got some edgy behaviours, stink attitudes. I'll tell you this bit, it sums it up for me. I interviewed somebody years ago and I asked her about how the work she was doing might be, you know, take her into houses where people are different culturally. And how she would kind of respond to that. How she would meet differences. And she literally said, she went, well, some people are clean, some people are lazy and nasty. Just put it up. Do you know what I mean? Have a clean attitude, have a clean mind. It's not about clean, you know, OCD, although I do like things to be clean and tidy. But it's cleaning of spirit, you know what I mean? Don't be wishing people ill. Don't be running up gums and getting too involved in online, oh yeah, me too. No. Like me getting involved in the rubbish, not the campaign. You know, don't get involved in the stuff.
Yeah.
It's lazy. It's nasty.
Yeah.
You know, don't think it's all right just doing it for you. We're all here. You know what I mean? Be clean. Be clean in your intent. Be clean in your aim. Be clean in what you want for the world. You know, we want clean air. We want clean relationships. It haunts me that there are people in houses right now in this lockdown locked in with aggressive, disturbing people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I say people because there will be both. There will be large increases in DV. Huge numbers of women are going through absolute atrocities through this.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing, Chooks. You know, you can get drained by the sorrow of it all.
Yeah.
And that's important as well, you know. it's just made, for me, going back again to hahalala and all its manifestations, you know, it gives you a chance to just catch yourself. Am I serving hahalala here? Am I growing it or am I draining it?
That's the point as well. So
I can look at those statistics and I can either go, right, let me do what I can to educate or support or do something, or am I going to just look at them and go, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, or about anything, you know, any trauma. We all feel it, but we have to be able to, and this is a really big thing that I've learned over the years. You've got to learn yourself well enough to know when you're slipping into something that is not good for you.
Okay.
Yeah. So for some people, they can do that, not a problem. They can read the news, not a problem. They dissect it and look at it and they go, yeah, and they're fine. Other people, they read it and they weep and they get more and more anxious and they get more and more, oh my God, I can't do anything. Oh my God. Do you know what I mean? So I veer between them. And when I'm on point, I can clock where I'm at. And when I'm not on point, my friends can clock where I'm at. But in this isolation time, I've got even more vigilance for ourselves. And I think it's the nicer way to do it is to do it through hahalala. You know what I mean? Not punishing, just go, all right, is this good for my hahalala? No, it's not, you know, let me go outside and do that.
Yeah,
you know? I can see this really, really serious situation. You know, it's not hahalala for children to be hungry. Be like the head teacher. He's going around 5 miles a day, sometimes going around delivering meals to children. That is a hahalala. Yeah. It's like the crack dealers down the road who actually are paying a bit of attention, right? Yeah. And are making their own provision for their hahalala. Right? Yeah. And I'm like, don't come too close to me. Do you know what I mean? It's like we're all out here just trying to survive. But if we could survive,
having to navigate the same.
Yeah, we're all on the same ship. Do you know what I mean? Otherwise, you're going on. You're looking at warships. You know, I've got that. Yeah, bottom line, everyone's hoping to not get corona or their lives or their people or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So let's have some compassion here.
Yeah.
Compassion with yourself. It's a lot, isn't it? You've got a lot.
It is a lot. It's a lot. What I'd love, because I don't think you did, is what is the hahalala?
What does it stand for? Okay, so hahalala.
What are the letters? What's the acronym?
It's health, happiness, and love, and laughter, all. La, right? So I've had lots of situations where I can just say to people, ha ha, and they go, la la. I'm wishing you health and happiness. I'm wishing you love and laughter. We're nice.
Yeah.
You know, I've taken that around all over the place, and nobody has said to me, nah, that's not for me, you know.
Yeah, how could you? How could you? How could you say that's not for you?
Or even,
I don't want people to get
no, you're all right, thank you. I'm not, even politicians, who I know we sometimes feel operate differently. Even Ed Miliband, I gave him a hahalala card once.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're running the country, what are you running it for? You want to create health. You want to create happiness. Look at your population. Right? People want security. People want an income. They want a home, and they want enough to eat. I mean, we've scaled it down. Corona is really making people look at what matters. But what really matters is your health, your happiness, your love, and your laughter. All of it. For all of us. In my humble opinion. And I just think it'd be nice if we were all ambassadors.
I think if what we were talking about the other day happens as well, I think it will happen so much quicker. Because I feel like your perspective, I think if you just put your perspective out there, as you do, to be fair, I saw the first thing I saw when I woke up this morning was your post on Instagram.
Oh, which one?
That was the one about, what was it about now? It was...
I did two. One was about the baby bell and the worry people. And the other one was about Denise's mum's birthday.
Yeah, it was that one. It was that one. But it was a lot about the just the energy and the positivity, and that's what I think is needed, man.
Yeah, it's funny, Chuck. So thanks for saying that. I have a real question sometimes, because you don't want to just go around in these times in particular, let's all be hahalala. People are fighting for lives and livelihoods. So I don't want to come across in any way flippant. I'm sitting in privilege. Do you know what I mean? So I struggle sometimes because I don't want to dismiss anything or anyone.
Yeah.
But I want to step into my perspective and my privilege and share and say, look, no matter how bad, you know, whilst we've got life, we've got hope. So
yeah,
get your mind strength, help ourselves, getting our bodies strong. You know, and everyone's got different things. So it's not everyone's got to be wedged. Do you know what I mean?
I swear, do you still do yoga or?
I do still do yoga. Yeah, I do. I do.
So don't go. Listen, I've done a 20-minute yoga thing on YouTube, and I thought I was gonna dead. So don't go like I'm the strong one here. Some of the positions there that you lot are keeping up with, I've got no hope right now. So
no. You see what's happened with yoga, right? People have thought that yoga is all about bending up yourself into this position and namaste and I can stand on my head. No, it's not. It's about something far more subtle. It's about unity within yourself and alignment and attunement with your body, your mind. Yeah. So yes, there are lots of things and there's a lot to be learned. But right now, especially in these times, it's a little bit too much pop-up yoga. If you don't learn how to do yoga in this time, you know, it's a bit punitive.
Yeah.
I would say gently.
Yeah. I've got no hope but to do it gently because the one I tried it a few months ago, to be fair, and I said I was going to do it every day, but that one class I was like, listen, I need to go gym to come back to do yoga.
Yeah.
My body to even think.
To be fair, I don't do as much yoga as I was doing a little while ago because I can give you a little romantic story if you like.
Go on then.
So,
romance.
So essentially, a couple of years back, Denise had passed for some time. I was kind of forming life. I was going all right, but physically I needed to be kind of strengthening. And a friend said to me, "What do you need?" I said, "I could do with a yoga teacher, really." Because I can't really go to classes. By the time I even get up the stairs, I'm done. Do you know what I mean? Like, what you trying to do it? I once tried to do a class somewhere. So the yoga teacher came along, and I had an immediate like, "Oh, hello." So we did yoga for a while, but it turns out that she also had a similar. Oh, hello. So yeah, some magic has occurred, as it happens, and so we have love again. So yeah, I fell in love with my yoga teacher and don't really do much yoga anymore, but I'm having a nice life anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I just can do that on YouTube. That's all right.
Does she still teach yoga?
She does, and actually she's done amazing because she has very helpfully and supportively continued to do it via Zoom, just for existing people and classes, so that still being held and supported in this time. Because it's a bit, you know, everyone's out everywhere. You're used to seeing people every week doing movement, doing something that is very good for you.
Yeah.
Now you can't go. So yeah, I've been quite admiring. She's, you know, I can't do the tech. I haven't done anything like that, but lots of yoga online. Yeah, but you know, not doing a you know, she does. She's not a typical yoga teacher. That's what I'd say.
Okay.
That's not to cuss any yoga teachers. Oh my gosh, take all of them. Nice to talk to you.
Yeah, I feel like this has probably been the best conversation I've had, probably.
Really?
I feel like, yeah, definitely. Because not only am I comfortable speaking to you, so I feel a bit more free, but I do feel like your energy is, and your story is one of because I even wrote an introduction of like the stuff that I do know. How I was going to introduce it was I'm going to say, what I do know about you, and then I want to fill in the gaps, all the other stuff that I don't know. So I've written here, it says, beautiful person, cares for people, energy, articulate, compassionate, and so that's how I was going to start it. Which yeah. So don't worry, that will go in the description. Yeah, but I think what this has kind of shown me, especially about just you and just people in general, is just that behind every compassionate and caring and thoughtful person, there is a level of challenge that they've had to overcome and growth that they've had to go through that you can't always tell. You can't always see from your vantage point, if that makes. He's talking about privilege before, but it's kind of privileged on my perspective, where I know you can make assumptions who people are and what they've experienced and what they've been through. So it's amazing to kind of hear your growth and how Denise facilitated that growth in a lot of ways, and how you've taken that growth now into, new relationship, a new stage in your life, a new start to the journey, which I hope I'm going to be seeing lots of content regarding.
What, my journey? What, my yoga journey?
Yeah, all of that. But I want to hear you. I want to hear you speaking just about your perspective on things.